Hey guys, today we're going to start on Dave's 7911. We're going to replace the headliner. Right now we're actually building the engine for this car. We were going to do a top end, and then turned out that everything was kind of siliconed and leaking, and so we decided to split the case. The case has been split already. New bearings, everything's nice on the short block of it. We're waiting for the heads to come back for the machine shop. So the motor will be done for this car real soon. And meanwhile, we're going to do the headliner and we're going to do a carpet kit. So I thought I would do a video on doing the headliner. It's really not that hard to do. The key is being in the sun and getting it nice and warm to stretch it out. I'm going to do clips of the video to do it. I'm not going to do a 3-4 hour video on how to do it, but you'll get the idea. It's really not that hard. In the old days, I used to put the car in a trailer, take it to the shop, let them do the headliner. It was a pain bringing the car back and forth. I went to my friend Dwayne's house. Hey, Dwayne. And Dwayne was doing his headliner, and I said, wait a minute, you do headliners? And he says, yeah, try it. It's not a big deal. And sure enough, he showed me how to do it, and now I'm doing my own headliners. It's been a long time I've been doing them. I actually was making headliners for one of the shops in Southern California. I can get you headliners if you need, Target tops, any of that stuff. Anyways, so I'm going to show you what this car has in it now and what we're going to remove, and let's show you now. Okay, so we're going to start. This is it's actually a really nice 7911, and the headliner now is black, and it's done in it's not the correct material, and it's dirty, and it's kind of got a stench to it. So we're gonna replace it, and we're gonna go to the Ivory. So that's what we're gonna do, and just so you see. Here's the deck lid. We painted that deck lid in black. That really actually came out pretty nice, I have to say. Anyhow, it's a nice car, and with the motor being all freshly done, it's going to be a very nice car. So Dave will have a great time driving this car. So anyways, let's start. I'm going to take a window out. The windshield is fairly easy. Again, the sun is a big key. You get them nice and warm. It's really no big deal. You're gonna like this. Here we go. There you go. Now the windshield's out. You just pull it away. We take a look at it. It looks like it's all painted black all the way up to the edge. Looks good. No issues there. Now, let's walk over and let's try to do the back. The back's a little tougher, but we can do that. Let's try it. Okay. Just a nice little shoulder into it. Okay, and as you can see, the wiring, okay, so somebody goofed around with it and they put the wiring in there for the heater, and the correct location for that, oh, there he goes, it's even cut. So that actually goes down in this side, so we're going to have to do that. And this seal it's still soft, but it was not installed correctly to start with, so I'm going to get a new seal for this. But I just wanted to show removing the glass is not that big a deal, and once it gets warm, you can take it out. If the rubber seals are really super hard, you basically got to cut it out from the inside and then push the window out. You don't want to break the glass if you don't have to. This windshield here is non-original, so we're going to replace this. We'll put a Sigla on here. This car deserves a Sigla. So that's going to be the first part of this. Next part, I'm going to be cutting this out. We'll rip it all out. I'll show you how to do the bars. Okay? All right, we'll catch you on the next video. All right, guys. So on the headliner, we've got it all torn apart now. Let me show you what we did. And right now, the headliner that you bought, you should be laying out in the sun. We got a really nice hot day today here in Lake Havasu. So lay it out in the sun, let it get stretched out, it'll be wrinkled up from being in the box. So if you lay it out flat, you'll have a nice headliner to start stretching when you start to install. So let me go ahead and show you what we've done. So first thing we did was remove all the glass, as you can see, and we are left with a really nice edge on this car, like I showed you earlier. These little clips here, save those. Don't just rip it all out like crazy and lose those. Those are really valuable. They hold the headliner in when you're really pulling on it. And there should be 4 or 5 of them across the top there, as you can see. So this car is actually a really good example of the paint being very nice inside, underneath the rubber. This was taken all apart when they painted it, which is it really comes out nice. It makes all the edges great to deal with. So we removed the aluminum trim that goes here. We removed the inner garnish rail. You remove the rubber because you're going to unfold all this in here. You're going to peel these back. These, you just grab them with a pick, pull them back, and lay them back down to about right there. Same with this one. This is the inner pieces. Drop it down to about right there. And you take out there's a beading here. Let me show you that. This here, it's a pinch weld. That's the one that sits right in that area. Go ahead and rip that out. There's also one here. Take that one out. You're going to take out your back panel so that you can have access to the bottom there. And you can see how the headliner wraps down like that. That's how you get it really tight. Again, there's those keepers again. So I start at the front and then I go to the back here, install those guys, and you get a really good tight fit. So let me show you, in a very important part of this whole thing. You see this side's ready to roll. I just got to remove the rubber here, but I wanted to show you something. When you go to remove it, you got to take your interior lights out. You've got the seat belt, or actually your clothes hook is right there. And of course, your sun visors and all that good stuff. So this is what you end up with. It's hard to see here. Anyhow, so let me show you what I do. What I do is, this just looks really bad for some reason. It must be the light. Anyways, what I do is I start inside. I get my razor blade and I'll start just cutting it across there. I'll go across front and knock down the whole thing. And you can see this one has a padding in there, and there's your hooks. It's your rods that go across. Okay, those rods, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. They're all different lengths. Let me get out. So the rods are all 4 different lengths. Just so you know, what I do is I cut it out and I leave it all intact. And then I lay it on the ground and make sure you know what front and back was. It's funny because it can get confusing when it's all on the ground. So you go ahead and cut the perimeter of the headliner out, take it out. The metal rods that go across, just kind of push them out. They'll come out. They're only held in by tension. It's not that heavy. And then lay it on the ground and make sure, like I said, keep those in order. They got to stay in order. If you keep them in order, you put them in the new headliner in the same order, and it goes in much easier, and you'll be a lot better off. Because if you take them out of order, you're gonna put them back in, and you're gonna be out of order, and you're gonna find out that it's really not what you think. Like, you think the shorter one is in the front to the back. Actually, one of them is longer. And then the next one is a little shorter, but like I said, you got to keep them in order. So anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to finish cutting that out. As you can see, I'll finish cutting that out. And the other thing to do is replace the pad that somebody put in here. You got to replace that because that's what's holding all the smoke, the smoky smell, or, you know, the moisture. You got to get rid of that and replace that. So we're going to take it out, replace it, and then we'll start our new headliner. And my next video, I'll show you how I lay it out and then start putting all my clips and then pulling it. And today, like I said, today is the perfect day. It's really nice and warm. So I'm going to jump on this and try to wrap it up for you guys. Okay? Very good. So we've cut out the center, removed the rods, laid it in the ground. Let me show you what we got. Okay, so the center's torn out, and it's right here. So that's the headliner. Towards me is the front. So those are the rods we want to keep in order to put them in the new headliner. Okay, so now you just go through and rip out all the old headliner like this. Just get all these edges really clean. Make sure you get all the way down the bottom, and then you got to come around into the window. It comes out pretty good. It's not bad. You just rip it all out. See? Okay. Then all this edge, just want to get it out really clean. Make sure it all gets out off all those edges. You want all these edges really clean. And then remember, we're going to pull back this vinyl and drop it down. I'll do that next. But see, there's the padding that we got to remove. There's your light area. Okay, that's it. And then across the back, and we'll come into this side, get in the window area here. It's hard to do with one hand, but you got the idea. I just wanted to show you. And in here, you got to make sure you get all this stuff out of here so that the glue bites in there really good. And this one, again, come around all this corner, get all that out, and then it's actually up to about right here. Make sure you get all that out of there. Okay. All right. Oh, we'll carry on. Okay, so I've got the headliner in, and this is kind of the first phase of it. I got everything out. I got the rods put into the new headliner, and I've got it stretched from front to back. And the next thing I'll do is go stretch it from side to side, get a nice pull. So you want to pull that way, front to back. And the clips that I'm using, I'll show you those. So all it is, these little clips, you can get these at, I think I got them at Home Depot. And the material is pretty stretched. We took all that foam out of there, put the other one in there. We took this apart, kept them in order, so everything kind of went back together like it should. So this is what you end up with for now. This is not glued in. All this is in. The tension rods are in, as you can see. The tension rods are in, everything is in, and now it's just a matter of pulling it from front to back and stretching it and then gluing it in along all the edges. So otherwise, it's pretty warm still. You can pretty pull it and stretch it. We'll stretch it, roll it, tuck it in there, glue it. And as you can see, it just kind of works its way out. See, it's already actually looking really good. It's got no stretch marks in there. Now it's pretty tight front to back. And that's where we're at so far. So I'll continue on and get it stretched out, and hopefully the weather, the sun's pretty it's 3 o'clock now, so I'm going to start losing some of the heat, and so I better get going. And let me, you know what I didn't show you is the glue that I use. I've used this a lot in a lot of headliners and have had no issues. It's a 3M 90 contact adhesive. This stuff works really well. Some guys are going to think like I'm not using the Super Wazoo, illegal in California now, contact cement. This stuff works really well. That contact cement I know is really good, but this will do what you need it to do, but you got to get the 90, don't get the 60, okay? So I'm going to continue on and let's see what we can do. All right. Okay, so there's the edge. That's what it looks like. It's all glued in. The front and the back. This excess will wipe right off with a Worth cleaner that I have. I'll show you that. So front, back is all done permanently where it's going to stay. You can see how tight it is. Looks good. Now I will pull in sides. Do the same thing on each side. All right, it's 5 o'clock, so we've got some good time in this one. I'm happy the way it's coming out. Let me show you. There's your top edge. We got the seals in. I got the A-pillar leather in. It looks pretty tight. I'm going to cut this trim out here. We don't see that. I just got that corner to do right now. You can see what kind of the idea. And then remember, once you put the windows in it, that seal is going to actually tighten it up even a little more. It's pretty tight now though. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. I think Dave will be happy with it too. Sure looks a lot nicer than the black headliner that was in there, all smoky and stinky. So we still got to finish this side up, but that side's pretty much done. All right. Well, I'm going to finish up what I can, and then, like I said, we're losing the sun, so that sun is the key. Remember that when you're doing this. All right. Very good. All right, guys, so headliner's all finished. We're going to check it out. Let me show you the finished product. It's a little colder now. I still got it pretty tight. I'm really happy with it. Check it out. So we got the car all cleaned up. It's ready to get the glass put in it. There's your edges. And if you remember those little clips, lock it up really nice. Okay, and let's see. There it is. I want to say the cleanup of the extra glue that kind of gets splattered here and there, or a little bit here and there, you can clean it up with this Worth product. It works very well. Easy to use. Just put a little bit on there and blot it. Don't get this stuff wet with it, the edges here, because the edges will definitely start peeling off if you get that on there. It works really well. So let's take a look at it. Okay, here we go. I'm very happy with it. It's pretty tight. It's really tight. Looks great. And we're ready for windows. There you go. I got all the pillars peeled back up on it. You can see that. Now we put the rear shelf in there, and that'll fill in the back. Get their pinch welds in there. You can see everything is, I get out of the sun, I'll go around the other side. But there's your glue and your cleanup. And that cleanup works, like I said, really well. So all our door seals are back in, and there you go. Really tight. Very nice. And like I said, when you put the glass in, it's going to tighten it up even more. So anyhow, this was a lot of fun to do. It's tough filming and doing, but I enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. Subscribe to our channel. If you need anything you want to see done, let me know. See if I can do it. We're going to be putting the motor back in this one and send it up to Dave's house. Let Dave enjoy it. All right, very good.